Good morning. I hope everybody's doing okay today. I hope everybody's getting prepared for Thanksgiving and gonna have a good Thanksgiving, and your house smells good from cooking and you're blessed and all of that. I come back and I had just looked up some video clips. Again, I told y'all I was curious just on the dirty kids, and which they are adults, and I guess they choose to live that way. But I was very curious on that, so I'm just going to post a few more things on it. So I put up my disclaimer, and yeah, I just hope y'all enjoy it. Again, in my opinion, I don't think it really has anything to do with the whales, but that's just my opinion. I was just looking into it because I was interested in it. So I'm going to also put up a trigger warning, and it may trigger some of you. It is very sad. Again, even if they choose to live like this, it is sad. It's, to me, it's sad. I wouldn't want my children or grandchildren out living like this, but, you know, I guess that's the way they want to live, and, you know, again, there's a lot of illegal things going on, and it's dangerous in my opinion. So, yeah. Also, I want to do like I did yesterday and put up the Drug Hotline. So if you need help with drugs or alcohol, they're there for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And you can call that hotline if you need to, and they will help you with that. This is what I found also, a little saying on one of their things. And I have to go way down in my private information to get something. If you give me just 1 second, okay? I believe, I hope this lets me play it. This one really made me cry. These photos are by Scott Walker, so I do credit this to Scott. I believe this was the video I want to play first. Y'all know who I am with videos. This is downtown Michigan. Just run down places that they were at. Hold on. It's just showing. Different things you can actually click on. But I had come across that. Just bear with me, okay? I think this one was titled Big Towns or Small Town Big World. This one is Traveling Kids Part 1.
Some of the people thought that I was crazy for leaving all that, but they didn't see me at 7 in the morning in the months before I left. Within a few minutes of opening my eyes, there was the dread of the day, sitting by my bed waiting for me to rise and pretend like everything's okay.
Trying to make a living and doing the best that I can. But when it's time for me to leave, I hope you'll understand that I was born a rambling man. I kept fucking up, my mom kept kicking me out, and finally she said, "You're not coming back." And I was on the street, San Francisco. A bunch of homeless kids there, maybe they'll know what to do.
Yeah, I'm a traveler. I'll be traveling probably till the day I die. I dropped out, but...
My family was like, wow, they're wearing like really trashy clothes and they're all stained and patched. And it's like, well, you know, that's what happens when you live life like you do.
Well, the city does not like homeless people. The city does not like us free thinkers. They want us out. But there's nowhere for us to go because we are everywhere.
Just because you're dirty, you get those glares and you get that sort of feeling like nobody wants you there and, you know, get out of our town.
And it's like, wow, thanks for making me feel like I'm not important, you know?
My name is Kai. I'm a traveling kid, basically, and right now I'm sleeping in Golden Gate Park here in San Francisco. Been here for about a week. And I've been on the road since high school. Everywhere. Living with my parents sucked. Period.
Sean,
Samantha.
originally from Michigan, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Yeah, we met back in Outlerville, Michigan, which is a suburb of Grand Rapids.
My name is John. Everybody calls me Digger, but my name is John. My background, I was born in this park at a Grateful Dead concert, December 18th, 1978. And I grew up in Philadelphia. I moved my family out of the house when I was 17 years old because my stepdad tried to kill my whole entire family. I had life insurance policies on them all.
And it all started here. We drove out to San Fran and sold our car.
I was trying to get my BFA, and then alcohol came into the picture.
Lots and lots of booze. We just got married in May. It was like a little hippie wedding. Him and his brother and his dad were wearing like traditional kilts because they're all Irish. And we had they had sporrans, which is like a little leather bag with like fur on it, and like they had flasks in there with Jameson in it. It was excellent.
I was listening to Jerry Garcia, band, all my buddies, CD player in his motorhome, and I was actually in tears the whole entire time he was singing. Because the day he died, I got struck by lightning. Yeah, that day I got struck by lightning. I was mailing a letter to my girlfriend who is now dead. She died when I was 18. That's why what happened was I got arrested and I read her obituary the last night I was in jail. She died, believe it or not, she died of cervical cancer. She got raped before I even met her and died of cervical cancer from HPV. I don't know, sometimes I look back and I wonder if that didn't happen, what my life actually would have been like.
Then I get to San Francisco and everything changed. Everything changed. I was like, oh, so I was a homeless kid. Now I'm gonna be a street kid. And then I kind of evolved into a traveling kid where I just go everywhere and travel. And a lot of times I fly where I go. I guess this is a mecca for a lot of people that either choose to be living this lifestyle or for some reason don't have a choice of living this lifestyle.
Maybe the history, a lot of traveling kids stop through here too, so it's nice to come and see other kids that are always stopping through here.
There are so many different types of people out here that it's hard not to fall in love with what you do out here. Life is beautiful. My backyard is vast. You should see my swimming pool. It's that way.
Yeah, the park is amazing. I mean, at night, up here, it gets kind of sketchy because, all the wingnuts and stuff come out, and all the people who've been kicked out of the park for whatever reason all come out usually. But down by, Ocean Beach is so amazing.
Yeah, San Francisco is a beautiful place. There's very good people here in this town. I don't know what it is. It's this is the only town that I've ever actually come to that, I actually feel at peace with myself. This is our home. It's they're thanking us for being here. This is one of our favorite places in the world. You know what I mean? Woodstock. The 40th anniversary is about to happen on Sunday. You know what I mean? It's insanity. Pandemonium, without a doubt. It's stoked, man.
Y'all, that just really broke my heart. Again, it's dangerous, it's sad, it's just heartbreaking. I mean, just please be more and go subscribe to this channel. I found Chad. He's the one that made this video. I don't think I found a part 2 yet, but go subscribe to him and hopefully you can find a part 2. But it's sad that these kids feel like that they don't have a good enough home or mom and dad to be there. I've walked up on people in the park actually just laying there and gave them money, and I try not to judge people. I don't really care. I've always said I don't care what these people do with their money. If they want to drink it, whatever they want to do with it, that's on them. I had a guy one time where I come out and he was sick. He looked like he just got out of the hospital, actually. He had on hospital clothes. Maybe he didn't, but he was sitting in front of the dollar store. He was an older gentleman. He wasn't asking for anything, but I just came out and gave him a Coke because it was hot outside. And, he was really very thankful, but he looked very surprised, too. And I didn't say anything to him. I just went on to my car. But you got to be kind. You can't be a bully all the time and be judging people all the time, because you never know what somebody's going through. And especially around the holidays, guys. You don't know what people's going through. But this when they got on the subject of this, I just wanted to dig a little bit deeper in it and kind of find out about these traveling kids. Hold on a minute. I have more. Because yesterday I was watching it and I was just literally like, oh my gosh. Okay, so here's another one.
I'm Nick Nimmin, and I'm a StreamYard user. For the last 6 years, I've been live streaming consistently to YouTube and Facebook.
This one's called Modern Day Train Hopper, and it's by Credit Adam Shine. Go subscribe to him if you like. I give the credit to him. I looked it up on YouTube.
Scam Track sucks. Scam Track, you paid what, $600 to go to California from here? I'm from California, didn't pay not a dime. Not a dime.
We will explain to you why some young Americans are willing to throw away the only life they have ever known for adventure and a life on the railroad.
There's something, I guess, the lure of adventurism, the uncertainty. You hop a train. You don't know where that car is going.
If you ask yourself what could drive someone to such lengths, it becomes clear that the stories you encounter are not that far from home.
I ain't gonna speak for everybody, but most of us have like family situations that led us into this type of lifestyle.
Most of us.
Yeah. 90% of us.
Yeah, a lot of us.
What kind of just things at home, just kind of stuff with parents, broken homes, stuff like that?
From abuse to just differences, honestly. Like, some people were abused, and some people just had such huge differences that they felt like the only way out was either death or it all.
I like my freedom. At a young age, I just had, I don't know, I got wild hair. I like to move a lot. So I just started traveling at a young age, and I just got to enjoying it.
What's great about riding on a freight train? Not the boredom, unless you're with cool kids, but the view.
Yeah,
the
the scenery.
Gliding over the land, and just the scenery.
The
sunset and the sunrise.
Yeah, the interstates, you see so much scenery from that, but riding on trains, it takes you in no man's land where nobody is supposed to be, and you see so much more beautiful wildlife and so much more scenic mountains and fields and everything else. That's one of the main things that keeps driving me to ride trains.
Yeah, to me, it's like fighting the system. I also do it to eat because I can't get a job being as a felon with no ID. It's hard. Every once in a while, you might catch somebody and want to pay you on the table, do a little job here and there for $40, $50. But otherwise, I fly a sign 24/7.
But beyond the broader ideals of peaceful protest, one of our travelers, as they like to be called, opened up into his own decision to leave home for a life on the rails.
I got kicked out of my parents' house, and I went to Texas with this chick I was supposed to be getting engaged to that I was supposed to have my child. Long story short, she ended up intentionally miscarrying my child and taking everything from me and left me homeless on the streets. So I went around trying to get back on my feet, and nobody wanted to hire me because I was homeless and I was dirty. I was hitchhiking all the way back. I made it from Pecos, Texas, all the way to Little Rock, Arkansas, which is an hour south of where I live. And then these two wanted to go back to Texarkana. So I helped them get down to Texarkana, and then I ran into some train riders, traveling kids, and they said they're hopping a train, and I never hopped a train before. So I was like, can I tag along? And they're like, yeah. So I went from Texarkana, Texas, Arkansas border to Shreveport, Louisiana on my first train.
Despite all the ups and downs of this lifestyle, it is still an illegal activity with serious consequences. A lot has changed since the peak of train hopping during the Great Depression.
Oh, it's clearly illegal because you're trespassing. Oh, there's no question it's illegal because you're trespassing. And as I say, the railroads have a much more incentive to enforce this today than they would have said, say, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 50 years ago, for two reasons. The concern of terrorism and we become much more litigious in the sense of litigation. So the railroads are very, very defensive with respect to litigation, as they should be.
It becomes clear that these travelers are very aware of the illegality of their actions and what ramifications they may carry.
They hire new bulls or rail cops. Like, that's our lingo for them, or the bulls. They hire new bulls, and most of them are feds, like federal police. So that way, even if they see you in the train yard, they can pursue you outside the train yard and still arrest you. Because most, like, city bulls, if they catch you on a train, they'll ticket you or take you to jail, or they'll release you and, like, don't do it again. The federal bulls, if they see you on a train, they have, like, abundant jurisdiction. Like, you can be 3 counties away. Like,
And they could go after you.
yeah, and they could find you and be like, you were on my train, and arrest you.
You're going to jail.
Yeah.
And you do 85% of federal time,
Yeah.
usually. So, even if you're only going for 3 days, like, which is, I doubt, it's most like more longer than that.
Most of the times they RR you, release you on your own recognizance, because they know that you're going to be leaving town anyways. So it just becomes a warrant, like a little petty warrant, and they know that you're not going to pay it, or they know we're not going to pay it, because, like, if we're out flying a sign and stuff, trying to make money to eat, and, like, some cops are write you a ticket, and you're like, I'm out here flying a sign trying to get me food, and you give me a $177 ticket. How do you expect me to pay this?
I mean, I've gone like 3-4 days without eating while I'm traveling.
Did you ever have a dumpster dive?
Nah, I ain't. I'll fly a sign, or I'll ask somebody to go get me some food before I dumpster dive.
The worst, like, the lowest part of traveling is, like, dumpster diving. Like, digging through the trash for food.
Not even that bad.
But it really ain't that bad, because some gas stations or McDonald's and stuff, like, they throw away hot food that is messed up because the customers didn't want it. So you go and dig it out, and you're like, hey, this is still hot. I'm going to eat this.
What about, some of the train hoppers that travel with dogs and stuff? Do you know anything about that? Or
I mean, most of them like dogs, but like if you're under a bridge or something for a night, it's good protection, because they'll bark, let you know somebody rolling up on you, whatever. So that's why you see a lot of train hoppers that are like going by themselves. They always carry a dog with them.
When I see people that are like, my dog eats better than me, and their dog's like skin and bones, that puts bad on me. Like, because like you see one skinny up dog, you think they're all up, and they're not. Like, dogs are taken care of. That's your brother.
Yeah.
Most people are like,
It's like
oh, your dog deserves a better life. It's like, your dog, you go to work and you leave your dog in your backyard. My dog is here always. I don't like how happy you love your dog. My dog lives a better life.
We talked about this being really from the 1930s and actually starting before that. But realistically, always, when I grew up on the railroad tracks north of Richmond on the R&P, you would always see people just, their feet hanging out, just looking out the side on open box cars and in gondolas. So this has always been with us.
I mean, like I said, it's just like a freedom. You're free to go wherever you want, whenever you want to.
Okay. So, yeah, I just wanted to make sure everybody got their credits. Yeah, I mean, God, this was so sad to me. You cannot judge people. You never know what they're going through. I think I have one more. Just give me 1 second. I don't know if I can get into this one. This one was, I think this might be the one I pulled up earlier. Oh, yes, I can. Hold on. This one was really something. This was Dirty Kids, Spirit and Wisdom by Joe Photo. Okay. Yeah, I really like this one. Okay. Please listen to this one. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Photo. My birth name is Joseph Walter Pulsovic III.
This year, WPPI is proud to present the 4th annual Monty Zucker Humanitarian Award. Tonight, we honor Joe Photo.
I think of myself, honestly, as a monk in the world.
My friends, photography. The word photography literally means drawing with light. All I am doing in bringing my arms to hug them and hold them, all I am doing is bringing light into a space that is currently in darkness. Those were both portraits in San Francisco.
Those are killer. Wow. Dude. Girl,
You're so skilled. This is like, the tone of these things, like they're just so, it's so consistent, and it just, you're capturing so much humanity in them. Like you must be really good with them in person. It'd be really fun to like watch you with them.
Yeah.
They obviously trust you a lot. There's like
they do, man. They recognize a kindred gypsy spirit. I'm like, brothers, man. I freaking honor you guys. I honor you.
What is the world missing out on because you and I are afraid? What things might never be seen if we don't photograph them?
This story with the Dirty Kids parallels a story with my own daughter, Mackenzie, who, when she turned 18, went on her own journey.
So we drink and smoke weed. We're not slaves to our choices. We are freedom raining down, sometimes pouring a shot or two from a bottle. Passed around, passed up, and passed down. Passed out on the ground again.
This is killer. Amazing.
You guys, can you feel I've been like, hey, make a fucking book, dude. Like, put this out in the world. What the hell?
This Valentine's Day, I am launching Dirty Kids into the world. This birthing process has been a 7-year journey. Let us follow our hearts. Our hearts have sacred paths set out before us. Life served me up a curveball. I thought I was doing something entirely different, and it turns out I fell in love with a bunch of dirty kids.
My head and my heart still battle. My head says, you're not making any money doing this, Joe. My heart says, it's important work. Don't worry about the money. The heart never worries about money. My head says, you're nuts. But my nuts say, follow your heart.
The little rascals.
Yeah, right?
Dude, that doesn't look like that. Oh, my great photo. It's so great.
Just all bland.
Wow.
This is just, wow. Yeah, I love that.
I love that guy. So I'm going to look up and see. I think he has a book. I guess. I'm assuming. So I'm going to look up. If he has a book, I'm going to buy it. And I hope everybody else will too. I think it's very interesting. He actually had his daughter, as you heard, went through that. Hold on just a minute. And I just think that it's very interesting about these kids. Again, I know they're adults, and a lot of times, I'm not blaming the parents, but a lot of times that's why the kids say that they left the home was because of the parents, or the home life that they had. But you just never, you never know what anyone's going through at any given time. It could be they lost a child, they lost a parent, they lost a friend. They lost their whole world, their house burnt down. You never know, because anything can change in the blink of the eye. But trust and believe, I know that. And anything, anybody, it can change in the blink of an eye. You can be on top 1 minute, and the next minute it can all be gone. So don't think you're too high and mighty that can't happen. I'm putting this up. This is just something that I've had for years on my Facebook, for years. And I just think it's a proper fit today. It's true. Always appreciate what you have. There's always someone out there who wishes they had what you have. And that's true. But guys, don't always be looking down on someone. I always say people don't need a handout. They might need a hand up. It could be something, just a smile. I mean, I try to smile all the time. I know there's people on here now making fun of me. That's fine. But I always try to smile in the good times and in the bad. And it's good for your soul. Sometimes you just walk past a stranger and all they need is a smile. You never know what that's going to do for them or their day. Help somebody. Reach down and pick up something that somebody dropped. Don't always be mean and hateful and pointing and bullying and laughing and, crucifying somebody, because you don't know where somebody come from. You don't know what's happened. They may have just lost a parent or a child. If somebody has a tone that you don't like in a store or something like that, don't judge that person. They may have just lost their mother or something. They may have just had a car wreck and totaled their brand new car they drove off the lot. You don't know. You don't know what's happened. So just try to be kind, especially in this holiday season. And I guess that's about it. I hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving. And I hope your house smells good from cooking. My son's demanding that I cook some pies. Please, Mom, cook me these pies. So I don't know if I will or not, but I probably will end up cooking some. But anyway, I love y'all. Y'all have a great day, and thank you for stopping by.